Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Astro-Jyotish. My name is Sunil and this video is second part of how to read Janam Patrika or Kundli. First thing I would like to go to the software that we used in our part 1, which is Jagannath Hora. So I've just opened this software, and as you can see this is just taking the current date and time, so by default you will also have the same screen. So what you do, you go to the file and then say print preview and just give a name here, so you get a report. So this is quite a standard report that most of the software generate. So you can see I've already talked about this part in my first video where you had all your planets including Lagna and some sub planets, their longitude, nakshatra, the padas they belong to, the rashi and the navamsha. Now, I'll just walk you through so that you also understand. And on the left hand side, this is more about the timing and the longitude, latitude of the native. So this chart is the Rashi chart, so-called Lagna, natal chart, D9, Navamsha, and you see all different planets in here. So forget about, some of the word like MD, which is Mandi, Kulika, but what's more important are the 9 planets that are mainly considered in Hindu Vedic Jyotish. So here you can see Rahu. Rahu is in the second house. Mars is in the seventh house. Jupiter and Ketu, they are in the eighth house. And then you have got Sun and Saturn in the ninth house. Then in the 10th house, you have got Venus and Mercury. And then in the 12th house, you have got Moon. And these numbers, they are all your zodiac signs. So two maps to Taurus, 3 is Gemini, and then 4 is Cancer, so on and so forth. And this is your D9, which is basically the divisional chart, and but this is the most important divisional chart because the true strength of planets are seen from D9. Okay, we'll cover more of it. So next you see the dasha. So dasha in Hindu Vedic astrology is used to really time the event. So without, this is the beauty of Vedic Hindu astrology, uh, which through which, there's a system you can basically figure out when a certain event would take place. So, and this basically depends on the moon nakshatra. So the first dasa one gets in life really depends on the nakshatra of the moon. So for this particular native or chart, the dasa started in sun, and it's a time period. Okay, so you can see sun dasa, moon dasa, Mars. So it's a sequence. This is always the sequence. Yeah, but somebody can start a sun dasa based on the nakshatra they are born, the moon nakshatra, and somebody might start his life with Mars dasa. So it all depends. So if you had the first dasa as Mars, next will be Rahu, then Jupiter, and so on and so forth. Okay, um, I'll cover the dasa system because it's the most important tool of Vedic astrology in future videos. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is the Ashtak Varga. Okay, so bin Ashtak Varga, and individual each sign, what points they have given to each house. I covered this also in part 1. Okay, now here you have got the strength of planet. So when we talk about the planet, I'll go through what these strengths are and how they are used. Okay, but for the time being, just understand that planets in every chart will either be strong or weak or just neutral, and how strong, how weak, so you can really get that understanding from this chart. Then you have got in here, the key thing I'm going to focus on is basically, let's see. Yeah, I think probably this I will cover in advanced topic. For beginners, just maybe you skip this page and move on to the next topic. So in dasa system, again, this there are various dasa systems. So this is a Stotri dasa system. Okay. um, and then you have got Kal Chakra dasa system. So again, as you can see, the planets and then the time period in here. Okay, same with Kal Chakra dasha. Now when certain dasha needs to be used, there are different rules for it. So it's in some charts, some dasha would give more accurate prediction. In some charts, the Vimshotri dasa is kind of the most commonly used dasa system. But in some charts, you will see that using Narayani dasha, you get better results and predictions. So it depends uh, on your natal chart basically. Um, let's move on. What else we have? So I'm going to the next page. Yeah, again, this is dasha system, all the different dasha system. Okay, so you can see Yogini dasha system. Right. Okay, so these are all divisional charts. So divisional charts are very important. The way they are used is when you are looking for a certain aspect of an individual. Let's say you want to look at profession. So what Rishi Parashara has said to look into the 10th house in your Lagna Kundali. Okay. Now, if you want to further go next level, because 10th house will give you some idea, but not if you want really to pinpoint one's profession, then you will need to refer to the D10. Yeah, because here you will come to know actually the dignity of the planets that are there in the your Lagna, and then you can really predict and be more precise with your prediction in terms of the profession side. So that's how you use your D10 primarily for profession. So you have got other divisional chart which looks into different aspect of life. So for example, D4, which is also called as Chaturthamsa. Okay, and this basically is used for fortune, how fortunate one is. Then you have got your D16, which is D16 here, which is called as Shodhasamsa. Now this one primarily is used for analyzing the conveyance and related happiness. D2 is more of a wealth related. So you take when you look into the second house of your Lagna Kundali, which was on the first page, and then you kind of, if you want to dig down into more details, then you come into and have a detailed analysis of your divisional D2 chart. Okay. So I'll just skip like so there are different divisions like D5, D40. Then you also have got um, D12. Okay, Dwadasamsa. So if you want to understand more about your parents, then you should look at D12. Yeah, so D12 will really tell a lot of things about your parent. Okay, D3 is basically the happiness from your co-born. So basically your siblings, whether you know how much, what's their like what's the truth about your siblings. Are they going to treat you well? Are they going to cheat you, or are they going to cooperate with you? So everything you can look from D3 chart. Okay, then you have D7. D7 is Saptamsha. um, so this is used to analyze the children aspect or the progeny and the happiness, whether your child will give you happiness or not. So then you can look at the dignity of planet, and then you can really uh, predict the happiness from your child. You have got like D27, so this is more for analyzing the physical strength and stamina of an individual. Okay, so you have D40, D24. This is more of a your education, your basically if you want to analyze the education side of things of a native, then you look into here. Yeah. uh, then you have got D20. So this is basically used to look at your spiritual progress, how spiritually you will progress in this life. You've got other divisions as well. D6 for disease and illness. You have got D11, D8, D30, D45, D60. D60 is quite important actually. So this sometimes pretty much treated as um, your Lagna Kundali. Yeah, it's quite a high dimension chart. Means really it goes quite deep. Um, when in analysis when you have to do, then you could use D60 rather than looking at your Lagna. Some people they can just look at your D60 and make amazing predictions. They don't even need to look at your Lagna Kundali. So I hope you have got good idea in terms of how you should really be looking at the report. Okay, this is, I think, good to start with. So in the next video, I will cover more about the planets. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. See you soon. Bye now.